We've helped thousands of manufacturers pick the right ERP system, and there's a pattern I've noticed with Epicor Kinetic buyers. They usually fall into one group. They're struggling to meet production deadlines, but aren't quite ready for something like SAP. Today, I'll show you exactly who Epicor Kinetic works for, the pros, the cons, and realistic costs. Epicor Kinetic is made for discrete manufacturers, especially for those in made-to-order and engineer-to-order environments. Its sweet spot is mid-market companies, roughly 50 to 200 employees. If you're in sectors like automotive, aerospace, or electronics, this is for you. If you've outgrown QuickBooks integrations but aren't ready for SAP S/4HANA, this is where Kinetic fits. And the best part, it's purpose-built for manufacturers, not a general ERP with manufacturing bolted on. So if you're looking to make the jump to an ERP system, there's a lot to like about this one. First, it's manufacturing specific. Second, it's scalable for growing businesses. And third, it has flexible deployment options. What really stands out is that Kinetic is truly manufacturing first. Some ERPs are built for general businesses and then add manufacturing modules later on. It can make them feel a little disjointed, but that's not the case here. All of its features were built for discrete manufacturing, giving it a consistent feel. The big highlight here is the product configurator. It's honestly one of the best I've seen. It allows your sales and engineering teams to customize products using clear, modern icons. It also updates pricing and part numbers in real time, saving you hours on manual changes. So if you're in made-to-order manufacturing, this tool can be a game changer. Another big upside is its scalability. If you're a growing mid-market manufacturer, Kinetic can easily scale with you. It's built on Microsoft Azure if you deploy it in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about it slowing down as you add more users or new locations. It has a modular architecture too, so adding new features is easy. So you can start with financials and MRP, then add things like QMS when you need. And speaking of flexibility, Kinetic gives you choices for how you can deploy it. You can go on-premise, cloud, or hybrid. It's a great fit if you have an IT infrastructure or prefer keeping things in-house. Don't want to deal with subscription costs? No problem. It has perpetual license options that lets you own it outright, which is pretty rare these days. Most vendors have gone subscription only, which costs more long term. So it has a lot of upsides, but like any ERP, there are some cons to consider. First, the cloud version has some bugs. Second, the UI can be hard to navigate. And third, it has limited pre-built integrations. One of the main problems I've heard is that the cloud version isn't as reliable as the on-premise one. Some previous updates have caused slow performances or crashes, which is obviously frustrating. So if you're going cloud, Kinetic is still a good option, but just make sure you keep customizations to a minimum when you're implementing it. That way, updates are less likely to break any workflows. And honestly, that's true of any ERP. The more you customize, the more risk you're taking on. And that's why finding a system that fits your workflow right out of the box is so important. And that's exactly what we do here at Software Connect. We work with you to find the perfect ERP for your exact processes. Just visit softwareconnect.com to get started for free. Another downside is the UI. Don't get me wrong, visually it looks modern and bright. They even have a decent search function. But actually getting around, that's where it takes some getting used to. Take the menu system. You've got to click on this tiny grid icon to even see your modules, and it displays them in a small font that's hard to read. Compare that to NetSuite, where you can just click on buttons right on the taskbar. Plus, there are drop-down menus everywhere, which adds to even more clicks to get the info you're looking for. Is it a deal breaker? Probably not, but these are definitely things to be aware of during your evaluation. So the navigation is a little weak, but what about integrations? Well, those are weak too. Out of the box, it only supports a few pre-built options. Salesforce for CRM, ADP for payroll, and a handful of other Epicor systems. And while it has APIs for custom integrations, that takes development work, more time, money, and complexity. So if you think you'll need to integrate a lot of third-party systems, factor that into your total costs. And speaking of costs, let's talk about pricing. Epicor Kinetic has a similar pricing structure to most ERPs. There are three main costs you have to consider: licensing, implementation, and hidden fees. And while it doesn't show prices publicly, I can provide you some ballpark figures to give you an idea. Cloud licensing can cost you anywhere between $4,000 and $20,000 per month. For perpetual licensing, it can be anywhere from $150,000 to $1 million. These are pretty wide ranges, but it comes down to the size of your business, how many users you have, and what features you need. To put it simply, there are a lot of variables. Also, implementation fees are usually double your first year annual license cost. And watch out for those hidden fees that won't show up in your initial quote. Customizations are a big one here. If you find yourself needing to change a lot of source code to make Kinetic work for you, you're probably looking at the wrong system. Those customizations can double or even triple your total investment. So here are my final thoughts on Epicor Kinetic. I appreciate its manufacturing focus, strong modules, and flexible deployment options. That said, I thought the navigation could be better, and the pricing might give smaller companies some sticker shock. But overall, it's a quality ERP option if you want to move on from disconnected platforms, but need something smaller than SAP S/4HANA. If you want to compare other options, check out our full manufacturing ERP roundup page. It has other great systems like DCOM and Xtuple. And if you want to save yourself hours of research, reach out at softwareconnect.com. We'll get you demos and price quotes from leading vendors so you can find the perfect fit. So what kind of manufacturer are you? What kind of features do you need in an ERP? Let us know in the comments, and we can give you some recommendations there too. If you enjoyed this video, check out this one where we cover the 5 best manufacturing ERPs, including Epicor Kinetic.